Robert Frost's The Road Not Taken is one of the most recognized and often quoted poems in American literature. Written in 1915 and published in 1916, it tells the story of a traveler standing at a literal and metaphorical crossroads, faced with a decision of which path to take. The deceptively simple imagery of two diverging roads in a yellow wood masks a deeper meditation on choice, individuality, and the nature of life's journey. Though often interpreted as a celebration of nonconformity, taking the road less traveled, the poem contains subtler, more ambiguous truths. Frost invites readers to examine the process of decision-making and the stories we tell ourselves about our choices. We will explore the poem's themes, literary techniques, and enduring relevance. The poem begins with the narrator encountering two diverging paths in an autumn forest. The traveler studies one road for as far as he can see before turning to the other, noting that it seems just as fair and perhaps even less worn. Yet upon closer reflection, he admits that both roads were really about the same in wear and use. Ultimately, the narrator chooses one path, with the awareness that returning to take the other will likely be impossible. Life rarely offers a second chance to revisit major decisions. In the final stanza, he imagines himself telling this story in the future, with a sigh, claiming that his choice has made all the difference. This closing line, while often interpreted as proof that the narrator's decision was bold and unique, also carries an air of irony and self-justification. At its heart, The Road Not Taken is a meditation on decision-making. The roads represent life's choices, big and small, and the moment of hesitation reflects the universal human experience of uncertainty. Frost captures the tension between the desire to choose wisely and the recognition that choices are often irreversible. The narrator's admission that the two roads were really about the same undermines the idea that one was inherently better or riskier. This complicates the popular reading of the poem as a tribute to bravery or nonconformity. Instead, it suggests that we often construct narratives after the fact to give our choices meaning, even if they were essentially arbitrary at the time. The popular cultural interpretation of the poem focuses on the last lines, "I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference." In motivational speeches and self-help literature, these words are frequently cited as encouragement to forge one's own path. However, Frost's subtle irony suggests that this may be more of a romanticized memory than a factual account. By emphasizing earlier in the poem that both roads were worn really about the same, Frost invites us to question whether the narrator is being entirely truthful or whether he is crafting a story to support a self-image of independence and courage. This tension between reality and memory is a central aspect of the poem's power. It challenges the reader to reflect on the stories we tell ourselves about our past and whether they accurately represent the choices we made, or simply the way we wish to remember them. One of the poem's most poignant observations is the recognition that we cannot go back. The narrator expresses the hope of returning to try the other road, but quickly acknowledges, "I doubted if I should ever come back." This captures the bittersweet truth that life's choices often set us on paths from which we cannot return. This awareness gives the poem its reflective and somewhat melancholic tone. It reminds readers that every choice excludes other possibilities, and that part of adulthood is coming to terms with paths left unexplored. Beyond its surface imagery, The Road Not Taken raises questions about free will, fate, and self-perception. Are our lives shaped by bold, deliberate choices, or do we often choose between equally valid options and then ascribe meaning to one over the other? Frost's subtle message may be that the importance of a choice lies less in the actual difference between the options and more in the meaning we attach to it afterward. This resonates with the human tendency to seek coherence in our life stories, even when the past was full of ambiguity. The poem also underscores the inevitability of regret, not necessarily regret over a wrong choice, but over the impossibility of exploring every possibility. It reminds us that choosing one path means leaving others behind forever, and that acceptance is part of wisdom. Robert Frost's The Road Not Taken endures because it speaks to the universal human experience of standing at a crossroads, unsure of which way to go. Its layered meanings allow it to be both a celebration of individuality and a subtle critique of the myths we create about our past decisions. Through rich imagery, irony, and a contemplative tone, Frost captures the beauty and burden of choice. The poem reminds us that while we may never know how different our lives might have been had we chosen another road, we can find meaning in the path we did take. In the end, it is not only the road that makes the difference, it is the traveler who walks it, shaping its story along the way.